So I guess next we can go ahead and get into none other than StarField gameplay. Lady Gunner, have you seen the StarField gameplay?
I have seen it, and it's kind of chill, kind of likable. It gives me the third person view gives me like Mass Effect 3 vibes, and the first person camera, like everybody's been saying, No Man's Sky, but I also like how the graphics kind of remind me of like Death Stranding. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a combination of all three. And then I like how you can customize your character and like choose where they're from, and like I guess it'll be like they perks or whatever. But I mean, I want to see some real like live action, like shooting and
Yeah,
movement.
definitely.
Yeah.
Now, like personally, I feel like, and this is kind of funny, because like me and Nick have kind of bumped heads about this several times, like over the last maybe like month or whatever. I don't know. Nonetheless, that is why he is tied up in my basement right now. Okay, so in the chats, definitely give a free parry. Maybe I'll free him. Maybe I won't. Who knows? I really don't care.
Ties them up.
Right. Regardless, it's funny because like the thing is I've been beating the drums on. Everyone is hype about this game. We don't know what it is. We've not seen it.
Mm.
We don't know what it is. Why are people so excited? And as Nick has said, which a lot of other people have said, is Skyrim in space. That's all we need to know. That's what is his name? Todd Howard, Todd Phillips. I forget what his name is over at
But is it
Bethesda.
gonna be like Skyrim though? Because Skyrim's a good game, and if it flop, I'm gonna be mad at everybody that says Skyrim in space. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be livid.
And that's my whole thing. Like looking at this game now, it is absolutely not Skyrim in space. Like, is it a game in space that looks like it'll allow you to have some agency? Absolutely. But it's kind of crazy looking at it now, how many parallels people are drawing to this being No Man's Sky, but the AAA version. And how many people are, I mean, like, and don't get me wrong, like there are people that are absolutely positively excited about Starfield, but like my thing, well, one of the things that I noticed while I did watch this, I had no business watching it because I was on vacation, but I wanted to watch it because I was curious and I was excited to see what this game was. But this is the game that is set hundreds of years. I think they said like 300 years in the future was what the date was, somewhere along that time. We have
Mm-hmm.
developed spaceships that allow us to travel between solar systems, and there's supposed to be 1,000 different planets that you can explore within this game. Which they did not specify if those are going to be procedurally generated or actually handcrafted worlds. And for anyone that doesn't know, procedural generation, what that means is when you go to a planet, it's not something that is like handcrafted by game designers and and graphic designers and everyone and like artists, but they use computers to create a planet that randomly generates every time you go to it. So they didn't specify that for 1,000 quote unquote unique planets. I'm gonna assume that they're going to be procedurally generated. Yes, buddy. Okay, Braden, get him some syrup. Everybody in the chat, please tell Braden to get my son Kai some syrup. Please. For the love of God, get him some syrup. Get it.
You gonna make him waffles with no syrup? What kind of monster are you?
Right. Monster child. Dry Eggo waffles. Gosh, what is wrong with
Here's
that
your
kid?
waffles. Where's my syrup?
Right. Who do you think he is? 11? No one else eats dry Eggos but 11. Shout out to 11. But yeah, but like I said, it's crazy that this is a game that is set 300 years in the future. We've developed all of this technology to allow us to fly between different solar systems and different galaxies and planets and blah blah blah. But we're still shooting like SMGs with bullets in them. Like what? Like there's still like a regular handgun with like regular ammunition. Like it was like the most jarring thing to like for me at least to see the game, and it's like, wow, this is pretty, wow, this is awesome, wow, look at that weird alien thing, oh, they're gonna show combat, oh wait, that's a pistol, why is he shooting a pistol, Like what? Well,
Because we're 300 years into the future, but we haven't found laser powered
yeah,
plasma machine right
something.
now.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, and I don't mean this in a bad way because like a lot of games are derivative of other games. Like Mario 64's DNA is in so many games today that we couldn't even count them all. Like, so I don't like mean to like frown upon them when I say this, but looking at StarField, it legit looks like Mass Effect had a baby with No Man's Sky. Like, what stopped them from going the further and be like, you know what? Destiny has some really cool guns that have some futuristic vibes to them. Let's try to emulate what they're doing with our weapons so that they at least feel somewhat otherworldly. You know?
Yeah, all I'm going to say is anybody that uses the Jotun, get out of here. The door's over there. Get out.
I Jotun. I will
Get
Jotun
out.
in the trials, actually, and not feel bad about it.
Who does that? I hate that because Jotun is no skill, bro. You just aim and you don't even gotta aim. You just let go. I hate that. When I get killed by the Jotun, especially in trials, I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad.
Slub love, why? But what? But like what? What did I do? Did I do something? It's Earth people going into space. Yes, and it's also 300 years in the future. Again, if you can create a thruster to fly into outer space to different planets, interplanet travels, why are we still just shooting pistols? I, you know, that's my only thing. I mean, think about it.
Maybe
300.
maybe it took us 300 years just to make the thrusters,
Yeah,
and we
I
couldn't
mean,
figure out no new guns.
yeah, yeah, but I'll show you a thruster. But yeah, I'm here for it, Liv. I'm here for it. But
Not the
but
demon time, ma'am.
right. But see, so yep, yellow card, not a red card, but definitely yellow. Um, but this is my thing. If you look at guns 300 years ago, and I'm gonna Google what guns from the 1700s and see what we get, because I assure you, we were using like muskets and stuff. So it's like you mean that
1700. I think that was like still swords.
maybe so, maybe it was crossbows. Like I don't know. But you mean to tell me that our weaponry has not advanced at all? Like, look at my cell phone today versus the cell phones we used 15 years ago. Like, they are completely different devices. They don't even look alike. You mean to tell me that we make no advancements
Oh
in
no, they
weaponry?
had guns. Them the pirate of the pirate of the Caribbean guns. Oh my god,
Right, that's what
it's
I'm
a
saying.
musket.
You know what I'm saying? They had one of these joints where you had to put the bullets in and you had to stuff
You
it
have to
in
put the
there.
gun pirate in there. Yeah. Oh my
that's
god.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, come on, man, come on. Look, 1700s
I
guns.
didn't even know
I'm
there was a
googling this
callus.
right now because I know it's something. Yeah, look at this. This looks like this looks like something my guy. Can y'all see that?
Four scores and centuries ago.
You know what I'm saying? That is Jack Sparrow's pistol, y'all. You mean to tell me that from 1700s to 2020 we got, or 2022 now, we got automatic weapons, Gatling guns, all of this stuff in between. We've got giant microwaves that are supposedly used,
Maybe
EMP
let's give it a
bombs.
chance though.
Like,
Maybe that's the starter guns. Like,
maybe. I hope so. But I don't know. I just feel like with a game like this that people have been waiting for, you should put your best foot forward. And if you have completely, totally crazy guns that shoot out like drones and like, cause think like Ratchet and Clank, like when those Ratchet and Clank games come out, what they use the guns as part of the marketing. Like, hey, we've got all these crazy wonky ass guns, and you can shoot out sheeps and have the sheeps blow up in people's face, like whatever else. I don't know, but
speaking of that, Destiny
oh
has a gun that shoots out parasites. If you want to
yeah,
do that, but
the colony is one of them.
mhm.
The colony was
No,
so
no, it's
overpowered when it
another
first
one
came out.
called. I think it's actually called Parasite.
It might be. I think I seen that one too. But yeah, let's see the gun they
Not the gun they
use.
used to shoot Lincoln, please.
Right. You know what I'm
You need
saying?
to leave.
Right. Look, T Will Don is on one today, man. You gotta chill out, bro. You gotta
Oh my
chill out.
god, we need some red cards.
Yeah, we absolutely do. But I mean, you get what I'm saying though. Like, and like showing what they showed of the game. Like, am I going to say that this game looks bad? Absolutely not. Like, I still think the game looks awesome. I do think
Hmm.
that it still has potential. But like where they told us that this was Space Skyrim, I don't really see that. Like I was startled by how quickly the game went from like Mass Effect like vibes to Call of Duty. But
Yeah, I think everybody just has their perspective, like on games that really catch their attention. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing when they start dropping trailers for Dragon Age and Mass Effect. Y'all can point out all in the, oh, the ground is too rocky, doesn't look
the
realistic.
ground is too. I hope no one
Oh my
ever points out that the
god.
problem with the game is that the ground is
The
too
ground is too
rocky.
rocky. Their hair don't move in the wind, and like I had one person complain. He's like, "It's not realistic enough. Like the hair don't move when they're in the wind." And I'm like, "Bro,
You know
they
what?
face weird. What does it matter?"
Right. It's like I'm playing as a purple person who slays dragons with a magic wand. Their hair blowing in the wind is not the point of realism that I'm actually worried about, my good sir.
But that's for other people. When Red Dead Redemption 2 came on PS5,
Right.
everybody was like, "Oh my god, the horse moves. You can see the horse nuts. They poop." And I'm like, "Bro, y'all excited for horse nuts? Like
Right. You
what?"
know,
They was excited for that. Like I
like
remember people
speaking of
coming into
which,
GameStop saying that, and I was like, "Okay."
yeah, that's such a weird point. Like, I don't know if you ever caught like a couple months back, they were doing this thing on Twitter where the console wars on Twitter is like the most entertaining place to consume console war stuff because it gets really, really like ridiculous. But there was this thing where when Halo came out, they were running around in Halo and shooting fruit to see how realistic the splatter was. And then from there they decided to go into like Call of Duty, The Last of Us 2, and like a couple other games and start shooting at fruit and other random inanimate objects in those games to compare in order to use that comparison as fuel in a console war discussion. And I thought it was like the weirdest thing ever. It's like, dude, like who's playing a video game to shoot at a fucking cup on a counter?
I want to know who idea was that.
Right. Like,
Let's go shoot a banana.
yeah, this is the most realistic game. We're gonna go shoot at this cup of fruit on the table, and then we're gonna compare it to PlayStation games. Like, go away. We don't need that space in video games. Definitely not. But all around, like again, I think Starfield is a game that looks interesting. I'm not sold on it. Um, I think I need to see more of it before well, I guess I'm not going to pre-order it since I'll probably just like plug in on Game Pass and go that way for it. So I guess I don't have to be sold, which is probably the lore of Game Pass. But Lady Gunner, on your end, like, is this something that is motivating you to upgrade your PC or pushing you to get an Xbox to kind of get into it at this point?
The only reason why I'm getting an Xbox is for the Rick and Morty game coming out. High on Life. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. That Rick and Morty game coming out called High on Life.
Yeah,
It's like a virtual reality game that but that's the show. So that'd be the only reason why I get an Xbox. But other than that, Starfield, not really. Like I said, look interesting. Like if my brother wanna like, hey, let Angel, let's get this, and I split it with him. But it's not like one of my top excitement games I'm waiting for.